What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Life So Crazy. It's the Vongola boss here. So I've been spending a lot of time on Twitter, more than usual, because Elon Musk has brought a resurgence to the app.
Look at my African American over here. Look at him.
And because you can't get banned for wrong thing, unless you're Kanye West. I say that like I be tweeting, but nonetheless, Twitter is popping. I can't say the same for the likes of TikTok, which unfortunately continues to be an undiagnosed cesspool of embroiled mental illness. And one specific TikTok of a young woman explaining the red flags to look out for in men because men are everything that's wrong with society. Bruh. And she was giving the usual tired diatribe, which consisted of labeling you a phobic and a hateful person, suffering from unhealed trauma, all because you choose not to date certain people from certain communities who choose to embrace alternative lifestyles.
That makes sense to me.
I mean, no means no, and the expectation of having your romantic advances reciprocated is entirely problematic, which is something I thought was common and widespread. Somehow these types have managed to take the same talking points, which would condemn men to the status of incel. And for those that don't know, incel is short for involuntary celibate, aka another way to say you get no bitch. Somehow when it comes to people in these communities who also may have difficulty or face rejection for whatever reason, the same mirror isn't applied to them. Rather, it's the world that's the problem and not you. And that's the realization that hit me when I watched this video. But before we get into it, leave a like on the video and hit that subscribe button if you're new. So without further ado, roll clip.
Oh no! The transphobia in my comment section needs to stop. Yesterday I posted a TikTok responding to this question: what are the red flags you look for in men? And one of them was if he wouldn't date a trans woman. Red flag. And my comment section?
What's wrong with not wanting to date a trans woman? It's his choice. All actually valid except 13. Literally many trans women are okay that some guys don't like them. Maybe you should be too. So I agreed on everything except for the trans. You can respect, be friendly, and be kind. Doesn't mean you're transphobic if you don't date a trans. Funnily enough, she's the one that wants to be the spokesperson for this, but despite her caping so hard, I doubt she's leading by example. If that was the case, well, at least I could respect that she means what she says. To conflate not being a desirable partner that one would consider dating with hatred of? I even made a short about this a while ago, but it was the fat phobia edition. But as you guessed, the foolishness continues.
Let me break this down. Trans women are women.
No, don't do it.
So if you're heterosexual and you're a man and you said you wouldn't date a trans woman because it's a preference, that's just transphobia, period.
Are you sure about that?
Is that how it works? But let's really break that down. I typically don't date women with short hair. Does that make me short hair phobic? I will not touch a woman who wants to go on about her star sign and astrology with a 10-foot pole. Does that make me astrophobic? Please tell me more about my Gemini rising, you muppets. Or show me the glowing rocks you play with as you proceed to explain how you hear voices in your head. If I'm anything, it's definitely witch phobic. And a lot of y'all would get snitched on in a heartbeat. If we were in Salem during the 1690s, I just can't get past the fact these people rationalize people rejecting them as some form of hatred. Which sure, are there some people like that? Granted, but that's for any and everybody. I'm not sure if this is peak cope or narcissism. With that said, she continues on.
The majority of the time, our preferences are rooted in something problematic. It could be trauma, racism, transphobia, the list goes on.
Nah, I think it's rooted in biology and the fact that my Niger ancestors love them some hourglass waist with some nyash. It's just a theory, of course.
I am now going to take you all through an example. This person asked why it's transphobic to not want to date a trans woman. Already starting off on the wrong foot by referring to cis women as regular women, then said something about trans women not being able to carry children. If that's your sole reason for dating someone, keep that same energy for all the women who are infertile.
I mean, and this is no shade to the women who are infertile or struggling to conceive. I mean, even a while ago on TikTok, there was this trend of people celebrating sterilizing themselves.
You serious?
Whether it was dudes getting vasectomies or women getting their tubes tied. And if I met a girl who told me she had that operation for whatever reason, and shortly after she asked me, can anything serious come from this? But enough with that. As always, let's check out what the people had to say about this. Trying to police who dates who. Red flag. Sexual preferences are rooted in something problematic, except for the preference to change your sex.
Okay.
If they were real women, then not liking them wouldn't be called transphobia. Like clockwork, the transphobes missed the point. People are attracted to whomever they're attracted to, no problem. The issue arises when folks go out of their way to judge, condemn, dehumanize, and other trans folks, as if it's abnormal for them to be attracted. I highly doubt that a trans person would date an evangelical Christian either. Does that make them Christian phobic? No, people want to date people that they have something in common with. My dating life is not going woke. Sorry, not sorry. And I know people who have standards and principles feel me on this. Most of the time when people have an attraction, a lot of that attraction consists of a character you've created in your head of somebody else. You might see an attractive stranger down the street. You start fantasizing about the possible relationship that you could have, what their personality is like, all the good times you'll have together. Meanwhile, that person could be a toxic walking red flag that will completely destroy your life. Final example before I make my point. If I met a fine gal, if I sat down with a baddie and she was telling me about herself and her life experience, and she subtly dropped the fact that she once was a Dubai porta potty. Any attraction I had to her is gone.
She belongs to the streets.
When I know that information, yeah, she's still the same girl. Attractive 10 seconds ago before she disclosed that information. But now that I know that, the idea I created of her in my head is changed. Just showing that attraction does in fact go beyond looks. And just like this trans situation, assuming people who have chosen to live this lifestyle are forthcoming and not trying to get one over people, I don't have to agree with your lifestyle or really even understand it. While it ain't for me, I fully respect your right to do whatever it is you want with your life. It's your life, but trying to shame people into dating you, 10 times out of 10 is going to have the opposite effect. And in fact will most likely result with others taking an indignant stance against you. Never told a black girl that she's self-hating if she's not feeling me. Never told a Latina that she's racist if she's not feeling me. They could reject me due to the color of my skin or because I have one too many hairs on top of my head. It's none of my damn business, and quite frankly, y'all sound dumb as hell arguing otherwise. But that's all I got for this one. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this foolishness down below in the comments section. It's been the Vongola Boss, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.
Damn, like crazy.